Hey, Picks and Parlay family, it's me, Detroit Lenny here with another episode of Bet Win Repeat. No intro today, all gas, no breaks, no coffee today. I didn't have no coffee, so I'm not working. I'm drinking Powerade. I'm being a good boy. No coffee today. But I am Detroit Lenny. Follow me at Twitter at Detroit_Lenny. Also, don't forget about our Facebook page group. This is where we do contests. Facebook.com groups. Facebook.com/group/picks and parlay contest. It's all typed out right there. Figure it out. It looks like this. Boom. So it'll look like this. It says contest page. This is where you get the contest. Okay. This shows where you get the content. Contest page, though, weekly contest is going on. That started on Monday. Looks like we have right here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, about that many people left. 15, 20 or so. I don't know. 10, 15. We started with 727. It's been a bad day for a couple of us. I am on. That is my contest play. That is my best play of the day. Rangers don't bat in the ninth against the White Sox -105. There's also a contest that started. It's called the monthly contest. You can get in on this contest. You could still get in today. It started yesterday, but you can still get in today. It's all month long. It's 30 days. There's a cut on the 15th. -130. You got to put 2 picks in with screenshots of the picks. -130 or better. 2 picks every day. So if you entered today, you just be 0-2. It's not a big deal. It's a 30-day contest. You know what I mean? So it's a record over 30 days. At the 15th, you have to be above 500 or 500 or above. You know what I mean? You got to be 15-15 or better. So if you got some pushes in there or something like that, I mean, you know, I think they made the cut last month 15, 14, and 1. I finished the month 30, 29, and 1. And I was on vacation for 2 weeks and didn't have cell phone service for 4 days. So, you know, I mean, I'll take it with a grain of salt. My picks, my best bets for today, too. Like I saw the Texas one. I used that on the other one. And I'm on the Nerfy and the Tampa Bay Yankee game. But join the contest. A bunch of people put it in there. You know, you'll be in there. There's a bunch of people in there as well. So get over there. Check out the contest page. First place on the monthly contest is $250 and a t-shirt. Second place is $100, $150, and I think third place is $50, something like that. I don't know. I know first is $250. I can never remember second place if it's $150 or $100. But anyways, and the weekly contest is a straight $100. Starts every day, every week on the Monday. $100 and a t-shirt. 100. And that's easy. That's only one pick. I shouldn't say it's easy. I play every week, but, you know, I don't make it all week. And that's just you pick until you win or until you lose. Don't forget, if you're looking for premium plays, use promo code MLB at picksandparlays.net. You get all premium plays from an array of handicappers like our guy right here, Cam Ross, over in the house. What's happening, Mr. Ross? Which size is you? How's it going? What's happening? How's life treating you? How's the hang? I've talked to you in like a week or so. What's going on?
Just watching teams blow their roster up in baseball.
Watching who?
Teams blow their roster up in baseball.
Oh, I thought you said. Oh, I thought the Mets specifically. Fire sale.
Oh yeah, we're gonna circle back and we're gonna touch.
We'll circle back to the Mets, but and all the shit I want to say that I'm about to talk about the Mets, and it's not that. I think it was the right thing to do. All this being said and done, yesterday, you know, I mean, the Mets have, well, a lot of teams did some stuff. Let's not just talk about the Mets. Let's talk first things first. Who won the trade, in your opinion? Who won the trade deadline?
Who won the trade deadline?
Who do you think was the biggest winner? I mean, I think there's let me answer my question. Let me answer my version yesterday. I don't think anybody necessarily, it's too early to tell if anybody absolutely won the trade deadline. I will say that I think teams didn't lose at the trade deadline. There's more of those, and you could lose. But Obviously biggest names departing the Mets and going to Texas and Houston, same division against each other. Max Scherzer and Justin Verlander. Verlander heading back to the Astros where he won the World Series. And Scherzer is becoming just he's like a journeyman right now. I mean, he's been on a few teams. Max Scherzer has, and now he's with the Rangers. I don't know if that was the best signing they had. I think they had a few other signings that I would say is better, but Max Scherzer is the biggest splash as far as name wise goes, maybe, and money.
I think the Rangers probably had the biggest goings on. And, they got Chapman like a little while ago. They didn't even do it.
Yeah, it wasn't like it was trade deadline.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good pickup.
They got Jordan Montgomery too.
Stratton, Chapman,
Austin Hedges.
Scherzer. I mean, Scherzer's going to go in that lineup, but I heard that he's already requested a meeting. Like he wants to know what the direction of the Texas Rangers. Well, what do you think the direction is, jackass?
Who?
Max Scherzer. Like, what do you think it is? They traded for you. They're first place in the division. Look at the standings. They're half a game up on the Astros. What do you think the direction wants to be? You think they're gonna stay put and just kind of coast to the, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. They're
chasing jewelry, bro.
Yeah, chase that jewelry. That's fine. Chase it, but do your part too. You got to be the guy that actually shows up and does your part. And I'll be honest with you, he underperformed for the Dodgers when he had him when he was a Dodger. I think he underperformed for the Mets.
Yeah, he hasn't been much since he was a National.
Right. So, I mean, like Maxie, baby, it's time to work that witchcraft, those two different color eyes. It's time to brew up some brewers.
Bust your nose again and just throw darts, something.
I don't know, but one thing we do have to talk about. I thought this was astonishing, and that's I was just whatever. Flabbergasted, yes. $131.8 million the Mets have on payroll that they're paying players to not play for them, that they've traded away. Okay, that's $131.8 million. That is.
How long does that last for?
Huh?
How long does that last for?
I don't think very long. That's a Tim Earl question. Tim Earl, I know you're in the chat.
Because I know they got to pay Scherzer
it's only
and
like
Verlander.
2 years.
They got to pay Scherzer and Verlander a total of $35 million between now and the end of next year.
Each. Yeah.
Each.
Yeah. So that's a big chunk of that. I think it's this year and next year. Maybe one other year, but I don't think so. I think it's this year and next year. But the number that the 131 doesn't, like, that's a big number. Don't get me wrong. It's a huge number. What I thought was crazy, because we argued about this the other day on a show about a floor ceiling till 2024. Okay, so it's just to this year and next year. That's not horrible. And I want to preface all of this by saying I think it was the right thing to do for the Mets. Okay, I think it was the right thing to do. But like, as a Mets fan, I'm kind of like, I don't want to say sympathetic, but I'm a little sympathetic. The money doesn't mean shit for the Mets. That's the thing. It doesn't mean shit for them. The thing that just really flabbergasted me that I'm trying to get to is that $131 million is more than 12 current MLB teams' payroll. Now, the question the other day that was brought up on this show is a floor and a ceiling for a baseball cap. Baseball, you can't have a cap without a floor, I think. And man, those 12 that are under that 131, I know. Like, I'll be honest with you, I know the Oakland A's are in there. I don't know who exactly the other 11 are. It doesn't really matter. But if one franchise, my point to this is, if one franchise has $131 to essentially give away and pay you to go away to better their team, why is the other team not paying more than that, increasing their salary or payroll to be better than that? and I get it. It's all wrapped up into some bad contracts and individual stuff and whatever. Again, I think it was the right thing to do for the Mets, but to me, that number, because of that number, kind of, I don't know what the hell I'm trying to say or how I'm trying to verbalize it, but what I'm trying to say really is that number, this kind of solidifies the fact that I think that there should be a cap, but more importantly, there should be a floor.
There should be something though, for sure.
No, I'm rambling now.
There should be something for sure because yeah, there should be something for sure because like Shohei is going to sign for like $500 million soon.
Yeah, and here's the thing: the Mets get 5 top 100 prospects for 3 guys aged 38 and over. You dump a lot of money for today and tomorrow, and you just start worrying about developing today and tomorrow for the next day. Because the next day, 2025, young guys, you freed up money. The Mets could be, all of a sudden now in 2025, listen, what you tried didn't work. I appreciate you acknowledging it didn't work, taking the L and moving on, right? I mean, that's you coach basketball. I mean, that's what we got to teach these kids is you got to be, it's just as important to be able to accept the L as celebrating the W. You know what I mean? And you gotta learn to admit your mistakes and learn from them and move on. So
how about Verlander though? He wanted to sign with the Astros. They just wanted to give him a 1-year deal, so he went with the Mets. They signed him to a multi-year deal, and now he's an Astro.
Now he's back, dude. Well played on your part. Let me tell you.
Good work.
Yeah. No cap, yes floor. I don't think you can have one without the other. I listen. I'm not saying the cap has to be an X amount of level, like a number wise. If you don't want to penalize the owners that do care, make that cap stupid high. Make the cap stupid high, like $1 bajillion. But
I was going to say it's going to start with a B.
Yeah, the floor has to be there. The floor is more important of this conversation. There has to be a floor. You have to. There's a required bare minimum, and if you don't do that, you get teams out there with less than $100 million salary that ain't doing shit, that are kind of irrelevant. But
like Moneyball type stuff.
Yeah, but you got to spend a little bit of money.
Yeah. You got to come on in with some kind of cash.
I forgot my Tigers were on already. Quick update on some baseball. Tigers 1-1, middle of the third. Angels are losing to the Braves 3-0, top of the fourth. And the Brewers and the Nationals are in the second, tied 0-0. Oh, and so whoever thought that nerfing that Tiger-Pittsburgh game, I tried to tell you guys, I don't know who I was talking to about that, but they were like, yeah, I'm taking the nerfing the Tigers-Pittsburgh game. I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I wouldn't do that, but Riley Green homered to center, Hayes sack fly. Yeah, so it's already 1-1. So, but that's enough.
The second batter of the game.
Like I'm bagging on the Mets or whatever, because I'm really not. I really think it was a good plan for them this year, but you see how quickly shit can spiral. You got Scherzer, you signed Verlander, a multi-year deal, gave him all that money, and then
so much money.
Yeah. So every time everybody thinks they can be a general manager, these are the type of situations that remind me that, I could do that.
This is easy.
I could do that shit. The Mets are coming. I do think that they got a young farm team now. The Mets have a good offensive player, Ronnie Mauricio. He's good on AAA. Yeah. That's fair. Let's talk this. Michael has a question. Dodgers team total over 5.5 versus Harris tonight. I mean, the Dodgers. Speaking of the Dodgers, I mean,
the damn Dodgers.
I hate them. There's so many Dodgers fans in Vegas. I get it. but they're so obnoxious. But it is what it is. What was I looking at? Oh, Dodgers game. What's today? Wednesday.
I think they should go. I think they should hit that number. They scored 7 last night.
Mm-hmm. By the way, I'm glad everybody got their, Lance Lynn got himself a win, and all that. But like, I was borderline thinking about taking Oakland yesterday just because Lance Lynn's not going to be the one to add. He's not the piece you're missing for a World Series ring. But tonight,
not even close.
Harris, it's oh no, I'm on the wrong. God damn it. Here we go. Hogan, Harris, Tony Gonsolin, who has been underwhelming this year, but I think the Dodger bat. I mean, it's Oakland. I think 5.5 is pretty good. I'd probably. I think the run line's like 2.5 now, isn't it?
11.
Oh, the total?
No, the run line's 11.
No, it's not.
No, really. Probably minus 11 for
they're close to the 300 mark, which Nick Earl, he's got a system basically where any minus 300 favorite, he fades them. So in this place it'd be Oakland, and Oakland's been a really big dog in games.
They've been better over the last little while than they were when they started. Some people didn't even know if they were going to win 30 games.
I can get the run line at minus 125, and to be honest with you, that's probably the best bet there. That run line I don't like paying 125 on a run line. I don't like laying number and laying juice, but in my opinion, I think this is.
I don't get jiggy with that.
Yeah, it's not my favorite. But I mean,
105 is usually my tippity top if I'm going to lay.
I'll go 110. I shouldn't say that I got a limit. I just bet minus 125, so I can't say I won't do that because I will.
From here
on, folks. This is the last time. I promise.
Yeah.
I've labeled myself lately the king of degenerates. I'm a self-appointed king of degenerate gambling.
Okay.
But I want to be clear. I'm not standing on the side of the freeway asking for dollars and selling you flowers so I can
go pull the slot machine.
Yeah, go to the slot machine. I want to say that. But this is what I consider a degenerate move because I'm paying too much juice. But I want to get on that game because I think the Dodgers win just like they did last night, 7-3. So to answer your question, Michael, I think yes, it goes over 5.5. I also think they win by the run line. So,
cool.
To be honest with you, I'll probably do both. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at in life. But whatever. Baseball brings out the degenerate in me. Let me just say that baseball, the summer, the dog days of summer, whatever of baseball brings out the degenerate in me because during football season, I'm not like that. I'm very selective. My wager size goes up. My amount of teams I bet goes down. My games I bet goes down, but the wagers go up. It's more serious. It's precise. I'm like a sniper, but
it's business.
Yeah, it just business, but baseball, it's not business. I'm like, they're like,
look, this game's on.
Yeah. Oh yeah, wherever, but and the amount that I bet though goes down, way down, like cut in half down, like really, in some situations, like towards the end of July, it was 75% less. I was down to quarter units. What I would bet on a football game because I lost money in July on MLB. I did. And I can't say that very often where a whole month, but I finished, I lost $152. So I'm not dying, overall in the whole month. That's all I lost. So it wasn't horrible, but I'm like quarter unit type shit here because whatever.
Still
But
hate it.
yeah, I made it through. And I'm already profitable in August. So, I mean, I know it's been one day, but I'm up, baby.
August 2. Got it all back.
Yeah, well, no, we're on our way. But we got about half of that shit back yesterday. So, baseball, I'm treading lightly. Just like I'm treading lightly on tomorrow's NFL game. Let's talk Hall of Fame game. Jets, Browns. That number is moved. I think it opened as the Browns were favorited, right? And now the Jets are favorited. Oh, that's NHL. Not be clear about that. Let's see here. Let me look at the game lines here.
It's really exciting that football is tomorrow, though.
Yes. So it looks like, yeah.
How long are these guys going to play, though?
It's not. So look, we all know it. Look, if you're betting this game thinking that you're going to see Aaron Rodgers and Deshaun Watson, oh, you will.
Oh, you're going to see
them on the sideline holding a clipboard,
wearing
a hat, and probably a headset, and they will be managing the offense, probably. But I'm not like, don't bet this because anything you see tomorrow, you will not see in the regular season very much of, like probably none of it, and
maybe the first 7 minutes of the game.
I doubt it.
Maybe
I doubt it. I doubt it. I just don't think so. I'm gonna look up though. I'm gonna look up where the money's at and everything here real quick.
I don't ever really bet the preseason. I just can't. I'll bet the preseason later in the preseason.
So look, I used to be that guy. I'll be 100% transparency with me. I mean, it is what it is. Whether you like it or you don't, I don't give a shit. But I am who, I'm like Popeye. I am who I am. 5 years ago, if you'd have told me you bet on preseason football, I'd have probably smacked you in the face and said, why? Like, I would not have done that. Like, I just don't do that. And I always had that mindset that, don't bet preseason. And I started working here and working with a lot of guys and a lot of premium handicappers like that guy right there, Sean Higgs, Craig Trapp, all these guys. And I figured out, though, Sean Higgs is the biggest attributor to this, though. There is money to be made in the preseason. Ross Benjamin told me this, too. You just got to pick spots and angles. Like Jim Harbaugh, I think he's the one. Baltimore Ravens, undefeated in preseason last like 50 million years. You bet Mike Tomlin, those coaches that want to win that game. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. So the Jets, this is second year head coach. So I don't know. He don't really have any trends. Or is it third year? Third year? I think it's his third year. Tim Earl, that's a question for you. But does he have a trend where they compete in these type games, or is it just tryouts? Is it a scrimmage? Are they treating them like that? What are your thoughts on that preseason? I mean, you don't like preseason at all?
Me?
Yeah.
That's what I said. I don't get real heavy into the preseason. Well, at all. But if I'm going to bet on the preseason, it's later in the preseason. When, for instance, the twos are going to play longer. The guys trying, like really, really trying to make the team are going to play longer, or when the ones are going to play the first half. That's when I'll do it. Or
I don't think so, because now they only have what? They have ever since they changed the preseason schedule. Okay, so now you only get like 3 preseason games. So like the Jets are going to play, they're going to play the Hall of Fame game. And then they're the only ones with the extra game. So if this was one of the 3 games, yes. But this is the 4th game of preseason, and they don't want nobody to get hurt. People are going down left and right in training camps. I mean, we saw the Joe Burrow scare.
Uncontact. They're just crumbling.
Yeah, uncontacted shit. I mean, Lions tight end broke his arm or something. I don't know. I forget. He did something, but I mean, it's all bad. And I think the mindset for a lot of these coaches is a lot of them, some yes, some no, but a lot of them have the mindset of don't die. For real, and no pun intended. I don't want to, we almost had a guy die in the field last year, but it's not like that. It's more don't get hurt. Let's just get out of here clean. Let's get out of here injury free. And get shit on film because they don't have anything on film on some of these guys. There is no film. So,
I think for a lot of people, it used to be myself included, watching Hard Knocks, which I love to watch Hard Knocks.
I'm a huge Hard Knocks guy.
Hard Knocks makes it seem like there's like 30 spots open on it.
Yeah.
There's not.
No.
There's not. And there's so many guys that are at the OTAs, that are at the practices, that are doing this, that are doing that, because it's mandatory in their contract.
Oh, yeah. You got to show up. You got to get back into football shape. It's one thing for these athletes to be in shape all season. It's another
many guys. There's so many. I mean, the NFL, these guys are the top 2, top 3 percenters in the world.
Yeah, there is no minor league.
They don't have to play in a game to get in shape.
Right.
And these guys, like I talk all the time about probably one of the funnest jobs in professional sports is being a major league starter, a starting pitcher, because 3 or 4 days out of the week you get to just stand on the rail and watch baseball and watch a baseball game. You get all the gum. You got all the gum you could ever want. Sunflower seeds, Powerade. Oh, you got everything you want. And so, like these guys, like these starters, like the Aaron Rodgers, like a Saquon, like a Josh Allen, all these guys, they're going to have so much fun in the next couple of weeks, talking shit on the headsets, running around, playing with the fans.
Yeah, for sure.
Like they don't care. But then there's that one guy that went to Talladega Tech for half a semester that's killing himself trying to get in the league.
Right. Yeah. 100%.
And those guys are different. But the guy who went to Talladega Tech for half a semester, what's his name? No clue.
No clue. Here's you got a 52-man roster. What's little talked about on Hard Knocks is the guys that make it to that practice squad. And that practice squad is those guys that are dogs. Those guys are making league minimum, kind of stuff, which league minimum is still probably better than most people make in a year. Like they're making a couple $100,000 a year, but they're literally like live tackle dummies. Some of these guys, so I mean, you got to have that kind of thing, but as far as this game goes, like I'm excited to see. Just take out the starters. Just let's pretend they don't play a damn down. Not one. You still got Zach Wilson going to play some. I want to see. This is an audition for him.
Yeah, but see,
I don't want to say an audition, but he's a piece to be traded.
He's pissed.
Yeah.
Also, it's $750, Lenny.
What?
It's the league minimum.
$750K?
Yeah, it goes up to $870 if you have 1 year experience, $940 if you have 2 years, and if you've been in the league for 3 years, it's 1.08.
Yeah, but that changes on the practice squad, guys. Yeah.
Yep.
I think it's lower than that for practice squad. But still, let's say it's $500K. You're making $500,000 a year.
207.
207? Practice squad. So, okay, you make it $200,000 a year. And you're working.
Hang out.
You're working you're trying to get called up. I get it, but I'm looking to see Tim Boyle, 4th stringer 2 for the Jets. Chris Streveler. Jesse Shule was telling me about him. So I'm excited to see that. I'm more on the Jets. I bet the Jets in the under because it's the Hall of Fame game, and I'm on the Jets. The Jets will be a play for me tomorrow. Contest play. Like probably. I don't think we see any Deshaun Watson, Nick Chubb, none of that stuff. But we will see probably Josh Dobbs, Kellen Mond, third stringer for the Browns. You know, we're going to see some of those guys run some offense. So I'm not big high. There's some people that I know are big high on the Cleveland Browns, and I'm not. I don't see it. I get it. I respect opinions and stuff like that. Not everybody's going to agree with mine, and I'm not going to agree with everybody else's. But Deshaun Watson just didn't show me enough in 6 games being back, and I know that was probably more rust than anything. But you know, he's just I don't see it. I just don't see it. I don't know how to say it. I don't really. I'm terrible at this. I don't know how they pay me to do this shit.
No, I get it. I understand. Deshaun Watson, he's never really shown me anything. It's like
it's a one-man show in Houston. He
crazy.
never really had a whole lot of nothing. I mean, but they never put the shit together in Houston. That shit was just never together. Never.
They had young JJ Watt too, which.
And here's the thing: if you had to ask me, what's the team that I compare the most to the Houston Texans that organizational wide is never got their shit together? It's the Cleveland Browns. They just don't. They just can't seem to. There's no the culture's not good. And I think that's a big thing. Michael has another question here. Realistically, where do you grab Garrett Wilson? Mid-second, yeah. I think he's really a sleeper. Like, could be like a top 5 guy. If Aaron Rodgers comes out the gate hot, it's going to be a long season for Aaron Rodgers haters. Because if this guy and him get some kind of cohesiveness and chemistry there, this dude's talented. You could see him putting up like rock star numbers and like breaking records type shit. And Aaron Rodgers is the perfect guy to do that with. Those long balls. And as long as Garrett Wilson is submissive, and I say that the right way, I know this, submissive to Aaron Rodgers, and does what he says when he says, Garrett Wilson will have a very good year. So mid-second for a wide receiver in a league that's heavy wide receivers, I think is doable. If not, I might go high second on his ass, to be honest with you. I might go there. But that's a little fantasy talk. We'll have some more fantasy talk as we get closer to the season. But, I mean, all that being said, hey, it's 2023 NFL season eve. Football's tomorrow. It's not around the corner. It's not down the street. It's tomorrow. We got games tomorrow, the 3rd, and then next week we got games on 2 games on Thursday, bunch of games on Friday, bunch of games on Saturday. So I'm just going to give you a little taste tomorrow, and then, boom, we here. So I'm really intrigued about a few other things. Like I want to see how the Lions stack up against some teams in the preseason. I mean, obviously that's my team. So what do you like baseball wise? Tigers 4-1.
What do I like?
What do you like baseball wise today?
I think the Blue Jays really, really desperately need to beat the Orioles. I think the Rangers are going to beat the White Sox. I agree with your play earlier. The Rangers won't bat in the 9th. The Dodgers should roll, like we said.
Right. I'm a little on the dog. A dog for me today would be the Guardians, which start here in about a half hour.
Yeah, I just saw them too.
I don't hate the Guardians. That's my only real dog of the day. Like that I really like. Like I really like the Guardians today, but I hate saying that. Astros just made the move for Justin Verlander. That whole clubhouse, that whole
locker room is excited. They had a no-no yesterday.
Huh?
No on trade deadline day.
Yeah.
And the last time the Astros had a no was Verlander.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
yeah. I don't know.
I
like the Guardians today in that spot. I don't know why. I can't. I tell you why. I know exactly why, actually, when I handicapped this, and I didn't bet it. I didn't bet it, but Tanner Bigby, Blanco for the Astros, 2-1 with a 4.70 ERA. I mean, it's kind of he's consistently a 3-run guy. Like the Guardians are going to get 3 runs today. That's my opinion, okay? But Tanner Bibby, he's 7-2 with a 3.11 ERA. I don't know. I kind of like this kid. And he gave up 3 runs last game out to the White Sox at Chicago. Prior to that, at home against Philly, nothing for 7 innings. 2 runs against Texas in 6 innings. Gives up 1 against Kansas City at home. In Chicago against the Cubs, it gives up nothing in 5.2 innings. I think the kid gets them. I like. You know what my favorite play in that game is? Really, is the Guardians first 5, because really? I don't trust them to do anything else after that. So, take that for what it's worth. But I like that. I don't hate Tampa. Overall in that game. I also, that would be another dog, but that's really about it. I'm not in a hurry to bet some baseball. So, but anything else you got for baseball before we bounce on out of here?
No, I do not.
All right.
I do not. I'm just anxious to see how the new guys are going to do with their new teams.
Yeah, I want to see who gels and who doesn't. I don't know if this works out for Texas. I mean, they made some splashes, but I don't know. I hope so. They've been at ATM this year. So
they sure have.
One likes Boston Red Sox today. Let me look up the Red Sox game real quick. Mariners, Crawford on the mound, Logan Gilbert. Logan Gilbert scares me. Mariners at home. But I don't mind. I don't hate it, but I didn't bet it. Take that for what it's worth. But all right, that's it for Bet Room Repeat. We'll see you guys next. Well, Cam will see you next Wednesday. I will be back tomorrow. Sean Higgs and Jesse Shule will be on the show tomorrow. We'll break down. They'll get their take on that Hall of Fame game as well. And we'll go from there. Till then, don't forget, like, subscribe, share, ring that bell for notification. We will be back 1 o'clock Eastern tomorrow. If you're looking for more Cam Ross's premium plays, head over to picksandparlays.net. Use the promo code MLB. Save you 20% off the entire site. Till then, we'll see you guys on the next show. Good luck, unless you're against us. Take care.